Hey, what's up everybody? This is Mark with Eternal Lighting. What you're looking at is the CUBEecho MK2. Actually, you're looking at a lot more than just one. Got a couple rows of white here and then 3 rows of black CUBEecho MK2s. Just under 300 CUBEecho MK2s on our quality control test bench. What I wanted to show you was a couple of the quick little features about the CUBEecho MK2. A lot of you might be familiar with the old version of the CUBEecho, which had some major differences, and one of those was on the side of the fixture was some power switches here, and we also made a lot of internal component changes to upgrade the performance of the CUBEecho. What you can see here about the CUBEecho MK2 is that there's an ability to use a yoke to stand it flat and rotate it in many different angles. You can also leave the CUBEecho just laying flat on the floor and actually still have the bracket attached. It makes for a great handle when you're carrying them around to set them up in the room. And right here you can also see that the bracket allows you to put a clamp on it and attach it to trussing and then angle the light wherever you need the lighting. A lot of other fixtures out there in the market that are real popular don't even have a bracket. So that's something that's a pretty key point that you might want to look out for when you're considering a product. To identify the Eternal Lighting CUBEecho MK2, the new version, notice now the switches are on the bottom. We've also added a cool little safety loop here that you can run a safety cable through for hanging it when you've got it up on trussing. You'll notice the rubber feet here on the bottom, just like it's always before. These are IP20 rated, which means it's indoor use, so I just wanted to point that out. You'll see on the side of the CUBEecho MK2 is our recessed antenna. You got your power input for charging here, and power output here for power linking. You could also use the power in and out for stage lighting or an event where you might have the lights plugged in for longer than the battery will run. By the way, the battery will run up to 20 hours on a single full charge. There's a lot of information on the manual that talks about different color mixes and how long the battery will last. I suggest you look at that. Also on the back of the CUBEecho MK2, there's a DMX input and DMX output. The old version of the CUBEecho, because of space and we wanted to try to make it as best as we could, we left out the DMX input. But now we have the ability with the internal component upgrades that we have DMX in and out. I've just turned the fixture on, as you noticed. But one other thing I want to talk about is the transceiver indicator and TX RX function select button. What we've got installed on this fixture is our open source wireless DMX right here, and you can select through the ID groups by pressing the button here and select through them. There's actually 7 different groups. So what I wanted to point out is that's our open source wireless DMX. If you are really interested in WDMX, which is almost the industry standard made from a company called Wireless Solutions out of Sweden, that's what these buttons are for. Those buttons allow you to install the WDMX transmitter receiver board and have all the great functionality of the CUBEecho, but with WDMX. So for companies that are already using WDMX, wanted to point that out in case you are looking for a battery powered wireless DMX option that has Wireless Solutions. Let's go to the display. You've got a full text display here. Makes it easy to maneuver through and do all your selections, adjust the colors, make it in sound or auto fade, DMX address it. You'll also notice runtime, work time. Battery capacity talks about how long the battery is going to actually, how much charge is on it with the current usage. LCD display, this will shut off after 60 seconds. You can actually make it full on, or you can make it turn off after 10 seconds. You can enable and disable the IR remote sensor, which is right here, for using the IR Remote Plus. And that's another point I want to make, that the CUBEecho MK2s now are controlled with the IR Remote Plus. The IR Remote Plus actually looks like this. It has 44 push buttons on it, much more than our old remote that only had 24 buttons. That basically means you've got a lot more control. Anyways, that's a quick look at some of the features and functions of the CUBEechos. What I'm going to do in the next few clips is show you some cool chases that we've created with the EchoMATE and some DMX programming. Thanks for watching, and remember, lighting makes all the difference.